was gonna be a pretty tough one because I'm an extrovert already. But okay, so something I wish people would know about me quickly is I'm a very pretty singer. Yeah, I sing pretty good, and yeah, I started more of my pursuit with that. Yeah. Oh well. Oh my goodness.
Something.
Oh my god. So I told him yesterday that I love you. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, where you can find some of my songs are on Spotify, Mac, iTunes, on all music platforms basically. Yeah. Well, I started singing at the age of the one I could remember, 7. Yeah, I used to sing in the church, and then I took it more professionally when I was in the university. Yeah. Don't take me back to the times. Okay, yeah. So I think I started like a year before I graduated. So I recorded one of my songs, which was Got Me. You call me baby, I love the way you hold my body. Let's not go there. That's alright, yeah, that's it, yeah. My life as a media consultant basically was never planned. Yeah, I would say, but however, I think that was God's plan. So I never saw that coming. But yeah, because I started with the medical field, I started as a doctor, and it was bitter sour. Yeah, basically, when things happened in between the line, I just saw myself falling in love with the media space. Then I realized myself. The pretty things which I learned back in the time due to experience made me to realize myself. I realized I was more of the interactive type. I was more of the program planning type. So I was more like a planner. And then even before I graduated, I remember back in the time my professor would say, this lady, you seem to be, you listen to music all the time. And I'm like, oh yeah, where do you see yourself in the future? And I'm like, the media. And then he would look at me and like, oh, that's fine. So you see, those things happened and I set those things out, and today that's where I am. What I would say, it's my coping mechanism is listening to music, because whenever I'm too stressed or probably someone's trying to get me off my nerves, I just take the music, plug it to my ears, and I'm like, I'm good with that. Yeah, that's me. My music is jazz. I'm a jazz lover. Yeah, I'm a jazz lover, and I do jazz as well. Yeah. Something I wished I could tell my younger self is the word, which is my slogan: be the you in you. Be the you in you. I think there was a time in my life when I faced some kind of humiliation. Basically, that was when I was in the college. I would see my friends doing pretty well. It's actually a story I never always want to run back into, but I am pretty sure that if I share the story here, that story is really going to help somebody out there tomorrow, because the field of medicine hit me. Yeah, it hit me once. It didn't just stop at the second time, the third time. So I read different exams and I saw myself failing. So back in the time, I literally saw myself as a failure. And then I would see my friends doing some stuff and I want to do what they are doing. Yeah, I tried to do what they were doing and it wasn't working for me. I never saw it work for me. And then I'd be like, oh my goodness, I used to be pretty good back in the times when I was in the primary school. I came out went to first, third best, graduating, so when I came to the other circle of life and saw myself not pretty doing well at that side, I'm like, oh my goodness, you're losing something. However, yeah, I wasn't myself because I was doing what they were doing. But when I realized myself, I began to do me. And that's why even as I do it right now, when you tell me, no, you're not good there, I tell you, I'm sorry. I know I'm very good at that. However, if I have something to add to myself, that's okay, I take that. Yeah, so I think the word for me, you know, which is currently my slogan now, it's be the you inside of you. Yeah. Some people, or most people, think hearing a story from one end is just as it is. But I believe you have to hear from both sides. Because going back to my story, which actually made me start my program, Matters with Madinma, and then it gave me my theme to be, my motto to be changing perspectives and growing the nation, was a misunderstanding about who I was, or basically a misconception, will I use the word, or a misplace, of who I was. You know, back in the times they thought I was just idle, I was doing nothing, okay? But I went through some processes, struggles, and the rest. However, I understood that that was my process. But some people who I knew did not see it as that way. So they saw it like, what's she doing? What's she doing? So I felt like, you know, basically if you really want to judge somebody, or if you really want to understand somebody, you need to come close. Come close. Now this time, not just on a personal note this time, on both ends, you see people come to share their stories, you know, quarrels they've had with friends, families, or thereabout. So I feel like my thing is hear from both sides. Don't listen to one person and make your judgment. That's it, that's me, yeah. Okay, something I'm still really trying to figure out is basically something I have been studying for a while, and that thing is the compatibility match. Yeah, I put it to my personal self as well, that, this thing, I don't know, because some people will say, oh, there's that shit where it works, you know, there's that shit work. But to my understanding, that shit works. You know, I have really been trying to understand. The people who go to church says God doesn't work that way. But I'm like, I want peace of mind in my marriage. And then due to the rate of divorce happening right now in the society, in the system, so I'm like, no, Madinma, you need to really speak to people on how to control this problem. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, I made a video 2 years ago. Yeah, that video has been on my phone. I refuse to air that video out because a lot of persons will say, and then probably on my own notes, I'm still trying. I'm observing my personal relationships. Yeah. And then as to that, as well as to the research I made back in the time with that study, I was able to share like questionnaires, you know, to different couples, and I realized that what I picked from there, you know, was actually it. So, but anyways, I'm still trying to understand that clearly, because right now I have not tasted the opposite side of it, but but you know, I'm still, you know, also asking God, to please give me the right match. Yeah, because I would basically not want to fall in the hands of the wrong man or the wrong partner. Yeah, so I'm still on that search. What I mean about compatibility match is the right person who understands your energy, who understands your message, who understands your emotions. You know, I think most of the times, so many people fall for what they see. Okay? She's pretty, he's handsome, he has money. Okay? And they forget that what keeps you together is the understanding, the flow. Now, I could get married to some man who is pretty handsome and has all the money, but he's that kind of person who basically doesn't know when I speak, maybe when I throw out some gestures or something, or probably maybe when I'm sad. You know, there's this kind of match. I don't know. Even ourselves can tell in terms of friendship level. You see this person that you say something funny and the person laughs so loud. You know, you say something a little bit quite sour, the person still laughs like it's nothing, takes it like. But there are some of those, you say something and then the person just picks an offense, probably not knowing that you just said that just, you know, in the joking form or something. So that's understanding, that flow, you know, that synergy with your partner, you know, that stuff. Like, I mean, I like to go further because there was a time I talked about the relationship seriously, and I used sex. I talked about sex. Yeah, you know, one of the feelings, basically. Now, this is me talking like, you know, some girl who actually, you know. So, however, one beautiful thing about having to get settled down with your match or your, you know, the perfect partner for you or something is when it comes to your sexual flow with the person, you see yourself connecting very fast. Okay, whenever your body wants that's the same time. Yeah, so I'm so peculiar about that because it's one of the problems that people usually have, okay, in their relationships or probably if they don't get their compatibility matches, the disconnection, okay, in the sexual intercourse with your partners. And that's basically one of the reasons why we have a lot of cheating cases, you know, divorce cases right now in society. Why? Because when you want it, he's not ready. And when he's ready, you're not ready. So you see yourselves, oh, come on, man. You know, so you can only be ready probably when, you know, there was a spike that you just felt to your field. So you see, that's, you know, you not getting your match is basically one of the things you start to, you know, see, you know, with not having your match. So that's why I am super keen to, but I had to use sex, yeah, because sex is like more like the most intimate thing in a relationship. Yeah, so that's it. So one of my favorite childhood memories, well, I call it favorite because, anyways, the beautiful thing about it was it showed me that affection so much from my dad. Yeah, I got that so much. Back then, when I was a child, more like younger, I used to fall ill all the time. Yeah, so like more like every 2-3 weeks, I'm down. Yeah, so there. My dad, growing up, was it was super interesting. Yeah, you know, because my dad would have the time for us, but more often not have time with us. Why? Because he was always super busy and all of that. You know, so each time I fell sick, the beautiful thing about it was my dad always having to be around me. You know, so yeah, he comes around me, takes care of me, you know. Sometimes he comes on to my school, my college, and he's like, okay, take care of my child so very well, you know. So the fact that, you know, I always had my dad around myself when I was pretty younger, much than my other siblings. Ooh, I was enjoying the most. It was more like the daddy's girl thing, and then he will always want to do everything to just make me happy. You know, take me out, you know, travel, go on trips together just to, you know, make me recover quickly, you know, from, yeah. So yeah, that was basically more like a super interesting thing about me. Yeah. How I manage a sustainable lifestyle is me understanding the fact that I have to be contented with myself. That's me. I think I got that from my parents, my mom especially, most especially. She's some women who basically would have everything, but acts super humble. My mom acts like she basically has nothing. And she would tell you, oh yeah, I have all the judges My friends are using so many things. I have all of them singer, manga friends and the rest. But nevertheless, I try to cut my circle. Why? Because I would not want anybody to get into my space to begin to tell me, oh, Adama, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and the rest. So I picked that from my mom so much, and that is why growing up for me, I find it very hard to, try to get what you have. So I find that pretty hard. But I get that thing a whole lot of times, people trying to hit at me, and they don't even know I'm contented. So one of the pretty things about myself that has basically been like a source of sustainable inspiration to me is having to understand that whatever thing you have, you need to just know that it's the best thing for you at the time, and then don't kill yourself. Come on, just work, enjoy what you have at the time, and pray to have more. Okay, whatever thing that comes to you. Okay, you say, dear Lord, I know I asked for this, but you're giving me this. That's fine. I still love it, but my heart desire. Give it to me, Lord. So that is how I deal with coping with my life. That's exactly, yeah. Decluttering for me, basically, it's part of me already. I could just sit like this and I'm like, oh my goodness, I've not won you for a while. You're going to go to somebody else. I mean, you're not using it now, so help somebody else. And sometimes I could be buying some stuff, like shopping some stuffs and all of that, and I'm like, somebody will need this to stress. I might not need it, but somebody will need this stress. So basically, it's how I get to put all things together, just because I want to help people. So I see myself in that space, like, naturally I give out, my stuffs like every Christmas periods. Once it's Christmas, I take off dresses, shoes, bags. That's what I do every Christmas. So I didn't see that coming to be like, a subsequent thing, but today, so right now I'm like, I think I've had this thing for a long time. I've not used you for a whole year. Come on, it's time to go help somebody out there. So that's how I do. The moves. Oh well, this is giving out this to me. It's more like beta star. I'm sorry. yeah, I would say that. You know why? Because I ordered this on the line. Yeah, I ordered this over the Gmail, and only for me to get this, it wasn't my size, and it's never been my size. Yeah, all through. So I never got a chance to wear the shoes. So I just kept it in my wardrobe because. One thing I loved about the shoes were it being silky, the skin and all of that. But however, I think this is the right time to take this off my wardrobe. So I'm super amazed actually giving this out. Yes, the shoes. Perry designer. Yeah. So that's it. That's the shoe. So the lucky person. That's alright. You got it right there. Okay. So this is me. I love this really artistic. Yeah, so my stylist had this out for me with this. This is like rolling down. And this is more like, more like, I don't know the design, but just it has the design of a truck. Yeah, so this was the dress I wore on my birthday. Yeah, back in the time. This should be like 6-7 years back. Yeah, I love this so much that I was just looking for the right person or the right day or the right time. I would make do with it, but it's fine. Today's the best day. So I wore this on my birthday. I can't remember the age, but I think 6-7 years back when I was in college. Yeah, when I had like. I don't like remembering the times when when the college dealt with me, but it's fine. That was like when I had my first fail and I had to resit the course. Well, I just prayed. I said, "Dear Lord, you know the best place you want me to be. However, I still need to celebrate my day. I still need to celebrate the fact that I'm still alive." You know, so that's it. That's my birthday piece. That's it. Okay, this one. This dress, this is more like an Ankara dress. I used to wear this dress back in the time when I had practicals to the laboratory. Yeah, so it's one pretty dress I would never forget. The first time we had some sections and I did pretty well in my dissections. Oh my god! The trip back is super exciting, but I just love the feel of the dress. The fact that it was really smooth, the Ankara design, the color brings light to my face, so it's a beautiful one for me. Yeah. So, cheers to the lucky winner or lucky owner. That's fine. Cheers to you. And this one was sent to me by my big sister all the way from US. Yeah, I think US or London. Yeah, this was my graduation gown. Yeah, finally, this was my graduation gown, and that's it. That's just pretty sleep right there, because I used to be all the model, you know, I used to do all them stuff. So she actually knew what was perfect for me. And then she gave me that. That's it. So happy graduation, or happy, beautiful, more better stories or victories to the person who will be taking this dress. Yeah, that's it. Hi everybody, my name is Madinma. I'm a media personnel and I just uploaded with HoBeei.